Well, get ready for the crackdown. The U.S. is now officially known as a police state.
He said the plans for martial law are so off the charts and so horrible. Now understand, we're not talking about foreign invasion.
Quiet preparation for martial law. Now it's all declassified. Now they admit they're going to use foreign troops. Now it's in major publications. Now they're admitting troops on the streets, Marines running checkpoints. This is really happening.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
No one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
Well, get ready for the crackdown. The U.S. is now officially known as a police state. Well, get ready for the crackdown. The U.S. is now officially known as a police state. Well, get ready for the crackdown. The U.S. is now officially known as a police state.
Disturbing, and we warn you of that police video. A woman suspected of drunk driving ends up on the floor of a police station. How did she get there? The incident was caught on tape, but David Muir is back here now because it seems that a key portion of the tape is missing. David?
Yeah, it's a classic case of he said, she said, Diane, but as you mentioned, it all comes down to what's on the tape, or more importantly, what's not there. And we want to warn you this morning that the video is really quite tough to watch.
What happens after that is a mystery.
You understand me?
Yeah, I understand. Because as you can see, the officer turns off the camera. When the recording resumes, Garbarino is lying in a pool of her own blood. Another officer takes a look before she's taken away on a stretcher.
Surveillance footage from a security camera has allegedly captured the LAPD arresting Michelle Jordan, who was pulled over for using her cell phone, mind you. The security cameras from a Del Taco parking lot, Tujunga, shows two officers slamming a woman twice on the ground. Jordan, who's 34, was allegedly using her cell phone when LAPD proceeded with a routine stop. She pulled into the parking lot at a local restaurant where she got out of the car and confronted the officers. She was booked on resisting arrest and later released.
American officials spend millions to reduce crime on the streets by putting more police on patrol. But as the U.S. demonstrations against police brutality claim, some officers are using heavy-handed tactics against innocent people.
Protection of the majority turns into abuse of a few. Images of police brutality are viral on the internet, but those who get this kind of treatment are far from serial killers. You don't have to look far to come across stories of seniors, children, and even dogs being mistreated, shot, and killed by the police.
Officer Chris Webb of the New Mexico Department of Public Safety is being sued by a 10-year-old and his mother because they are alleging that he tased the 10-year-old for not listening to him when he asked the 10-year-old boy to wash his patrol car.
Prayer vigil is held tonight after a father is shot and killed in Maywood by an off-duty Chicago police officer. Relatives say the father came to his 4-year-old daughter's rescue when the deadly confrontation unfolded.
And 8 months pregnant and tased by a cop for refusing to lay on the ground. Those events unfolded late last night in a parking lot in Springfield, Illinois, and it was caught on tape. Let's take a look.
Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground, you get tased! Get on the ground, you get tased! I'm pregnant! You're getting tased! How the you gonna grab her like right there, Jay! Behind your back now!
The controversial shooting captured on cell phone video shows the last moments of Raymond Harisi's life on May 30th, 2011.
Oh my God. They done killed this man.
The street is crowded with onlookers enjoying Urban Beach Week, an annual hip-hop event. A second bystander's cell phone captures what happens next. Police start shooting, firing more than 100 bullets.
Oh my God, he got to be dead now.
Standing out in the crowd in a red blazer, black skirt, and heels, attorney Elizabeth Ritter received some media coverage 3 years ago at a free trade protest when she was shot with rubber bullets in the back and a leg.
You shoot me! Lady in a suit is walking peaceably in front of you for an hour and you shot me when my back is turned?
Her beef wasn't with the trade summit, but with a strong police presence. Minutes later, she took another rubber bullet on her forehead as she crouched behind her homemade sign that read, "Fear totalitarianism." A police video shot after the shooting incident, just released following a review of excessive force complaints at the protest.
I don't know who got her, but when it went through the sign, it hit her smack dab in the middle of the head.
Police in Bridgeport, Connecticut were caught on tape tasing an individual at a park, and then after they tase him and he's on the floor and he's not moving, this happens.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling. Come on, it's the gun we got. Kick that motherfucker. Look.
Now, what's interesting about this story is that video. I know.
No, hold on. The guy comes up, and I thought maybe he was going to tell him, hey, back off, all right? Instead, he's like, hold on, let me get my kick in, and boom, kicks him again.
I know.
Tonight, the Minneapolis Police Department is again defending itself against accusations an officer went too far during an arrest.
Video given to us late tonight shows a man with his hands on a squad car, tasered in the neck.
There are two women in Texas that are suing the Texas State Troopers for a police stop that they went through, and apparently they went through a very humiliating body cavity search. And then she proceeded to search the two women, Angela Dobbs, 38, and her niece, Ashley, 24, and she puts her hand in their genitals, basically, to see whether or not they're hiding any marijuana. In fact, let's look at the next tape, and it shows it in a little more detail.
That's crazy.
This has been an eye-opening experience for me, okay? Never been pulled over, never searched like this. It's just, I was like totally violated over there a few minutes ago.
Focus at 4, outrage over the weekend roadblocks in St. Clair County. A research firm was collecting DNA samples as part of a National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration funded study aimed at reducing impaired driving. And it paid off-duty deputies to assist with the roadblocks.
New from the I-Team tonight, suspected drunk drivers in some metro counties are getting a rude surprise when they refuse a breathalyzer test.
Yeah, instead of taking no for an answer, officers now obtain a search warrant to forcibly draw blood and get evidence for the case. The key word there, of course, forcibly.
I've never been raped by rape. This is so unnecessary. No! Excuse me.
Suspects refuse to give their consent.
What country is this? What country is this?
Anna was also selected for full pat down after the body scan. I can only speculate as to why she was selected for that. I asked and was refused any answer. I asked my husband to do the videotape of the pat down because I felt that it was wrong. I felt that it was unnecessary, but not so much unnecessary as inappropriate for a child.
ahead, man. I'm calling somebody.
You're okay, baby.
Tonight, the TSA is standing by this video. It's a girl crying as security screeners check her for explosives. The 12-year-old is in a wheelchair, and her mother, who screeners kept at a distance, did the only thing she could. She recorded it.
Did you get a reaction from that video? Well, we sure did. The little girl you saw getting searched against her will, obviously, at an airport is the 3-year-old daughter of our own Steve Simon.
Yeah, my 3-year-old daughter, Mandy, went from this happy little girl to this during an ordeal through security. My cell phone has about 17 seconds of this. Here, a TSA employee we've decided not to show is patting down Mandy while my wife holds her.
Breaking developments have taken place in the Boston area, specifically Cambridge and Waterton. A series of events have been playing out since 10 o'clock last night Eastern time, starting with an armed robbery at 7-Eleven convenience store and then the fatal shooting of an MIT police officer. Both suspects are confirmed to be brothers. Tamerlan Zaranov, 26 years old, perished at a hospital from a gunshot wound and shrapnel wounds as well. The younger brother, Zokhar A. Zaranov, at the age of 19, he's still at large. As of yet, there has been no mention or update on the original suspect, who was brought into custody late Thursday night after being forcibly stripped naked. Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick suspended all public transit in Waterton and has since extended this measure to the entire city of Boston.
What is the biggest story? The biggest story is that our streets, the streets in Boston, were locked down. It was put under martial law, and it was done like that on purpose to get people conditioned to where anytime there's a crisis, we will send cops in and we will send people in to kick people out of their homes at gunpoint, and they'll go through their belongings without due process, violating the Fourth Amendment. Here's the article. Shocking footage. Americans ordered out of homes at gunpoint by SWAT teams. This is from Steve Watson, April 22nd, and it is an amazing collection of pictures, that being one of them right there, where you have a guy coming out of a tank turret pointing a gun at somebody inside of a window.
Wow. Yesterday, we reported on the 1.4 billion rounds of .40 caliber and other calibers purchased by the Department of Homeland Security. They bought 250 million rounds last year. About 5 months ago, they bought 450 million rounds. They're buying 750 million rounds, buying up many calibers, but .40 is the main one. That was announced last week. We reported on it yesterday. Now our story today is the top right-hand link, or at least it was 10 minutes ago, at drudgereport.com. National Weather Service in huge ammo buy. The Weather Service is buying a whole bunch of ammo on top of the $1.4 billion just for the Department of Homeland Security itself. So we are going to be going over that today, and I'm going to discuss the fact that we are already under martial law. When the IRS can take your bank account with no due process, when the TSA can grope your wife and your children in front of you, when drones are attacking foreign countries outside of international and national law, when the president tells Congress that the UN and NATO are over them, when the government is publicly funding al-Qaeda and saying that gun owners and libertarians and returning veterans are the #1 threat, when Obama's talking about signing executive orders to restrict guns and take over the internet, when they're putting smart meters on our houses that spy on us, I mean, I can go on and on and on. That's what you associate with an authoritarian system.
This is what we woke up to this morning.
Dude in turret with gun. I'm filming. I'm not gonna stop filming. This is intense.
Close your window. Go back inside your house. Answer the door.
What up, boys?
Back up! Get him out! Get back! Get back!
Well, get ready for the crackdown. The U.S. is now officially known as a police state.